People say there are 7 wonders in this world, 7 ancient wonders in the world. But according to me, I believe there are 9. The 7 ancient wonders of the world are: 1. Pyramids of Egypt, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Temple of Diana, Statue of Jupiter, Colossus at Rhodes, Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, and the Pharaohs of Alexandria. These are the 7 ancient wonders of the world. But I feel we need to add 2 more to that, and that is, one is called compounding as revealed by our previous speaker. Another one is the aspect of the internet. I will add it on and make it 9. I consider these to be the wonders of the world. In any field, people say there is growth. Whatever may be a sector, whether it's agriculture, whether it's industrial, whether it's software, whatever it is. But the rate of growth in each of the field differs. And it is believed that during the last 30 years, the growth aspect has been led by the IT sector and the IT enabled sector. It is believed when there is a growth of 10% in the IT field, the place where IT is enabled, where IT is applied, the IT enabled sector grows at a phenomenal pace of more than 110%. Such is the application of IT in various fields as such. And today I will be delivering a speech, a presentation, not necessarily a speech, it is actually a presentation on call office center. And for all technical purposes, I will stick to one definition of what is a call office. And that is an office where calls are received relating to the customer related functions of an organization. That is the textbook definition that I have been able to get from a very precise, very well-known textbook on software engineering by Roger Pressman. Now, having said what is a call office and having defined what it is, I will have to tell you that it is something related to IT, an enabled sector. And when I talk of IT, you need to talk about 3 things. One is architecture, the concept of network. And for this particular purpose, these are the 7 layers of the network, which any standard textbook and any person who is undergone a course on network will be familiar with. And for our purpose, I would stick to the PAD. The presentation layer, application layer, and the data layer. All these are well within this particular thing. And people say that in a call office, it is a 3-tier technology. Meaning you have a client, you have a middleware, and a server. It's a client thing as such. And whenever we talk of information, we refer to the aspect of CAI, that is confidentiality, availability, and integrity. When I say confidentiality, that information should be given to those persons who are authorized to have access to it. It shouldn't be given to all the persons in a very general way. Information is very, very sensitive. So an aspect of confidentiality is ensured by giving password protection and other things. That is always there in many things. And then information must be available at all points of time. And the quality of the information that is available should be factual, correct, and it should be above everything. It should be secure in its character. And what is being indicated on all the 4 sides is the layers of the network of where it needs to be protected. That is a very typical thing that I have taken from a textbook on network. Next is, whenever we talk of anything, we need to talk about the security aspects. Security should be at the physical stage, storage, access, and at the network stage. So we need to have security and all the layers of the network as such. Next, I need to talk about the type of networks. One is the LAN, that is the local area network, the wide area network, wide area local network, metropolitan area network, storage area network. Next is private area network, virtual private network, and so on. These are the types of network that we normally have. But I am not going into the topology. Whenever we talk of network also, we need to talk of the topology also, but I am not really, due to shortage of time, I am not referring to the aspect of topology, whether it's ring topology, bus topology, or star topology. Let's leave it and let's take it next thing. Next is the aspect of routing. There are two things. One is routing and other is switching. That is a very, very, very common terms that we use when we talk of network. Unicast is something in a network where one node gives another information to another node from one point to another point. That is unicast. Multicast is something, a node giving a point, giving information to several other points. Next is the geocast, or the geographically located nodes to give some information. Next is the broadcast, where one node can receive and as well as give information to several other nodes within a particular network. Next is the switching. Switching is a process by which you try to establish connectivity within a network through different peripherals or computer peripherals that are there in a particular network. It connects and establishes contact, and it optimizes the message carrying information as such. And whenever we talk of switching, there are two types. One is circuit switching and other is packet switching. Circuit switching refers to the physical connectivity that is established within several nodes in a particular network, of how it is connected physically. Packet switching is also called as store and forward switching of information, where data is sent in terms of datagrams, or where in a particular node it is stored and then it is actually passed on. And another packet of information, datagrams, assembles at that particular node and then it passes on. That is an aspect of packet switching. Now I come to the aspect of technologies that are involved. Now that I have spoken about the type of network, I have spoken about the architecture. Now it is time for me to talk about the technologies that are there in any particular call center or call office center. The essential technologies, not necessarily these, it can be others also. The common one is the ACD, that is the automatic call distribution, that is the ACD, automatic call distribution. Next is the IVRS, next is the CTI. IVRS refers to the interactive voice response system. CTI refers to the computer telephone integration. Next we have to have the internet and the customer contact tools, which are nature of a software called CRO software. These particular technologies are normally found in a call office center. Now the function of an ACD is to distribute calls automatically. That is, if you are making a call to your customers, you input all those calls into this, and automatically that will make the call, and then it will establish contact with the person. The person is called the agent. So the agent need not dial each time to get connected to the list of calls that is there in his list. It can be the other way around also, of where all incoming calls are actually distributed to several other agents. It can also function in the reverse manner. If you are receiving about 100 calls, and if there are only 90 agents in the call center, it will automatically distribute those 90 calls. The first 90 calls gets distributed, the 91st call gets distributed whenever the other agent is free. So he gets to attend to it. So that is also automated. And in certain times, when you ask for certain common kind of information, it is actually recorded. Where very many times when we dial a customer relations office or a call office center, we get certain taped information like press 1 for accounts, press 2 for technology, press 2 for HR. And these are something which are automated. It is called the interactive voice response system. That is one thing. Or sometimes the person is also available over there and he interacts. It varies. Next is the But you need not carry, the CTI refers to the aspect of a person using the telephone and as well as the computer. These two get integrated into one. What you have is a headphone over the head and the person just functions on the computer. So what you hear is you get to take it, and based on what you hear, you type into the computer, go back into the database, fetch the information, and actually try to interact with your customer. So the aspect of holding on to the telephone, the computer, all this gets eliminated into one particular object. That is the CTI. Next, wherever you are, you cannot be without this particular wonder that is the internet. Sometimes in an in-house call center, the internet is not available. Instead of that, what we have is an intranet, because the catering requirements are quite internal, it's not external. Wherever it's external, it tends to be the other way around. But the types of call center are, the in-house call center refers to the aspect of where the customers are its own staff. The internal customers, that is the employees of the company, it caters to the employees of the company. An organization is there and it caters to the internal needs of the employees of the company. This is one such example of an in-house call center. An outsourced call center is a call center of where you outsource the activity of the calling aspect as such to an external one. That is an outsourced call center. Sorry, I just made a mistake. An in-house call center is also an outsourced activity within the company. An in-house call center is an activity which is outsourced within the company. And an outsourced is something which is given to external. An inbound call center is what I said previously, that is, it caters to the requirement within the organization. An outbound call center is something which can give information outside. That is to say, an outbound call center can make calls outside. An inbound call center will only receive calls. That is an inbound call center. Next is domestic call center is something which is very localized. International call center is something where you tend to make calls and also receive them both ways. Next, another type of classification is the premises-based call center, or where exactly it is housed. There is a particular location for it, there is a particular address for it. And then the virtual call center is something we do not know where exactly is it. The agents are spread out in different geographical locations. We do not know where they are actually seated, but they cater to the requirements of the organization access. The next is the cloud control. And in any work, what we have is the aspect of workforce management. You need to forecast what is the quantum of calls that you are going to receive, that you are likely to receive, and then schedule, and then do a planning out of it. And then somewhere midway during the day, when you have more number of calls or lesser number of calls, you need to interfere and do some other activity so that you use your resources efficiently. That is an intraday activity that we do. And the final aspect is the aspect of reporting what has been done through the day and what best can be done in future for the welfare of the organization. So, workforce management includes forecasting, scheduling, and intraday management, and then reporting aspects. Right. Then normally in any call office center, there are complaints from customers. And the normal complaints from customers are operators actually look into a particular paper, and then as per that they read out from the script. The conversation is what exists on the paper. They've been told to read from the paper. They've been told to use these particular words. Say good morning. First thing when you say is, they say good morning, they just read it out. And after saying good morning, they ask this particular question, what is your customer ID? What is your folio number? They go on a particular basis. The operators work from a particular script. Next is ignoring delaying the calls from more difficult customers. Yes, sometimes we are able to identify when you work in an organization, he is a troublemaker. This customer is not very friendly as such. You will be able to distribute, and for that particular thing, some agents actually skip that particular thing. That is a general complaint. So you tend to take on the easy customers or the friendly customers first, and the troublesome customers, some of the agents tend to do out. And then the most common complaint with any customer is that your agents or your operators at the other end are not fully equipped to handle it. They are not knowledgeable, are not competent enough to handle these calls and resolve the customer issues with it. Next is, they have traveled very many times in an international call center. As it is distributed, there is the accent problem, there is a language problem, and this creates a problem. Next is touchstone menu systems and automated queuing systems. You know, and sometimes the routing mechanism doesn't follow a queue system, because certain complaints needs a particular type of skill set that needs to be attended to. Only a particular person trained or rather equipped or skilled in attending such particular calls will be able to attend. Not all persons can do it. So there is this particular problem also. Next is excessive waiting time to be connected to an operator. When it is in a queue, the call is on hold, and that irritates the customer as such, because he has got to hold on till it gets connected. Sometimes it gets delayed, and that delay irritates the customer. Next is requiring the caller to repeat the same multiple times. Yes, the customer would have given this particular information. The agent will be still asking for those information, and when the person repeats the same set of information 2 or 3 times, people get irritated, and such irritations leads to kind of a massive complaints, and the customer issues do not get resolved to the satisfaction of the customer. Next is, having talked about the customer complaints and criticisms, there is always staff criticism. There is excessive scrutiny by the management staff. The management staff look at all the agents with an eagle's eye. They are not even allowed to move certain times, and that is something which irritates the staff as such, and that serves as a demotivating factor. And the general complaint is the aspect of the salary and other compensations are very low, and people say that the call agents are at a very high stress level. And another aspect is the working conditions and the working environment are not much to the liking of the agents as such, and their productivity therefore is slightly lower. Next is the aspect of the character of how a person speaks. That is the aspect of rudeness. The customer is also rude, the management is also rude. Then how does the staff react to it? He doesn't feel comfortable at all. Next, the most common thing is people say that the growth aspects in the call center are quite limited. That is a very general. Now I will go for question. How much time has passed? 18 minutes 30 seconds. I think I will take the question and answer session offline. Yes.